Listening Exercise 1. Passage 1. Questions 1 and 2. Listen to a conversation between a student and a professor.
Professor, I have a question about taking the engineering course that you'll be teaching. I already took this course once, but I didn't do very well in it, and I'd like to take it over again.
Why do you want to try it again? Do you think you can do better this time?
Well, I understood about half of the material last time, and if I concentrate on the rest of the material, I think I can do much better next time.
It's possible to repeat a course to try for a higher grade as long as the appropriate form is filled out.
I've got the form right here, and I've already filled out most of it. All I need is your signature at the bottom.
That's fine. You really do seem prepared. Give me the form and I'll sign it.
Number 1. Why does the student go to see the professor? Number 2. What does the student want to do? Passage 2. Questions 3 and 4. Listen as a student visits a university office.
I have a problem, and I hope you can help.
What's your problem?
I haven't received my grade report from last quarter, and my friends have already received their grade reports.
Grade reports from last quarter were mailed out 2 weeks ago. You haven't received yours yet?
No, I haven't.
Did you move in the last quarter? Has your address changed? Maybe the grade report went to the wrong address.
No, I'm still in the same place. I haven't moved. The address should be accurate.
And did you take all of your final exams? If you missed an exam, then your grade report would be held up.
No, I took all my exams.
Then, you should have received your grade report by now. Give me a moment, please, and I'll look your grade report up in the computer system and see if I can figure out what the problem is.
Thanks very much for your help.
Number 3. Why does the student go to the office? Number 4. What is the topic of the conversation? Passage 3. Questions 5 and 6. Listen to some students having a discussion.
Okay, let's see where we are in this project for geography class. Our presentation's in 2 days, and I hope we're almost ready.
I hope so too. We were each going to look up information about a different lake, with an emphasis on how each lake was formed, and we'll each present information on that lake to the class. My job was to look up information on Lake Superior, and I've done that.
I've done my research on the Caspian Sea.
And I'm ready with information about Lake Baikal.
Great. I'll go first. I'll be discussing the Caspian Sea, which is the largest inland body of water in the world. The Caspian Sea is a saltwater lake between Europe and Asia. It is believed that this lake was originally connected to the world's oceans, which would account for its saltwater content. As the Earth's plates moved, this arm of the ocean was cut off.
Well, here's what I found on Lake Superior. Lake Superior is, of course, one of the Great Lakes in North America, and it's the largest freshwater lake in the world. Along with the other Great Lakes, it was formed by glaciers. Glaciers covered the northern part of North America until 10,000 years ago and were responsible for carving out the Great Lakes, including Lake Superior.
Okay, now for Lake Baikal, which is the lake I'll be discussing. Lake Baikal's in Russia, and it was formed when the Earth's crust broke apart at a fault. Because Lake Baikal formed over a split in the Earth's crust, it's a very deep lake, the deepest lake in the world. Lake Baikal's so deep that, even though its surface area is much smaller than the surface area of Lake Superior, it could hold the water of all the Great Lakes combined.
Well, it looks like we've all found information about each of these lakes, and in particular, how they were formed. Now we need to talk about how we can present the information to the rest of the class.
Number 5. What are the students discussing? Number 6. Why are the students discussing this material? Passage 4. Questions 7 and 8. Listen as a professor leads a class discussion.
Today, instead of lecturing, I'm going to start out by taking questions. You all know that the exam's tomorrow, so today I'd like to spend time talking about whatever's unclear to you. Yes, Anne, what's your question?
I've got a question about the theories of Redfield and Espy. I understand that they were meteorologists, American meteorologists in the 19th century, and that they had different theories about how storms behave. But I'm not quite sure I really understand the two theories. Could you explain them again?
Okay. It's true that William Redfield and James Espy were two 19th century meteorologists, and they had different theories on the behavior of storms. Espy argued that centripetal force was at work in storms. Anne, do you understand what direction the winds would be moving if centripetal force were involved?
I think so. Centripetal force would cause winds to move inward from all directions toward the center of the storm. But that's not what really happens during a storm, is it? Winds don't move inward toward the center of the storm.
That's right, Anne. Espy's theory was that centripetal force pushed the winds of a storm inward toward the center from all directions. But this theory hasn't proven very accurate. Now, the other meteorologist was Redfield. Did Redfield agree or disagree with Espy?
I know that Redfield disagreed with Espy, but I'm not quite sure how.
Can someone else explain what Redfield believed? What about you, Chris?
Sure. Redfield argued that the winds in a storm rotated around the center of the storm, so the winds would be moving in a circular path. And he believed that the winds moved in a counterclockwise direction, which means that they moved in the opposite direction from the direction that a clock moves.
Yes, that's correct. Is that clear to you, Anne?
So, Espy believed that centripetal force caused winds to move inward toward the center of a storm. And, Redfield believed that the winds in a storm moved in a counterclockwise direction.
Exactly. Now for the most important question. We've already said that Espy's theory on how the winds in a storm behave wasn't very accurate. What about Redfield's theory? Was his theory accurate or inaccurate? Anne?
I think Redfield's description was quite close to what actually happens in a storm.
That's right. Now, who has another question?
Number 7. What is the topic of this discussion? Number 8. Why is this topic being discussed? Listening exercise 2. Passage 1. Questions 1 through 6. Listen as a student talks to an office worker on campus.
Hi, I need to get a parking sticker.
Well, you've come to the right place. Let me ask you a few questions. First, are you a student?
Yes, I am.
And have you ever purchased a student parking sticker before?
No, I haven't. This is the first time I've gotten a parking sticker.
Okay. And do you have your student ID with you?
I do.
And how are you going to pay for the sticker? With cash, check, credit card, or debit card?
By check.
That's fine. All right. All you need to do is fill out this form and write your check, give me the form and the check, and then show me your student ID.
Do I have to bring my car over here so you can put the sticker on it?
No, that's not necessary. I'll give you the sticker and you can put it on your car. Just be sure to put it in the right place.
Where do I need to put it?
On the front window of the car on the right-hand side. No, wait a minute. Not on the right-hand side. It should be on the left-hand side.
Front window, left side. Okay, I've got it.
Now, do you know about the various parking areas on campus?
Well, I've noticed that the parking areas on campus are marked with different colors, but I'm not sure what these different colors mean.
It's really very easy. The parking areas are marked with two different colors. The blue parking areas are for faculty and staff, and the yellow parking areas are for students.
And I'm a student, so that means I can park in the yellow parking areas and not the blue ones.
That's exactly right. Now, let me get that sticker for you.
Number 1. What is the student's situation? Number 2. How is the student going to pay? Number 3. What does the student not need to do? Number 4. Where does the sticker go? Number 5. What is stated about parking on campus? Number 6. Who parks in which areas? Passage 2. Questions 7 through 11. Listen to a discussion by some students who are taking a drama class.
We need to get going on our class project for drama class. We have to present a scene from our town in costume and with props. Our performance is only in 3 weeks, and that's not very much time for all we have to do.
Let's see. We've already decided on a scene from our town.
And we know who's going to play each part. Bill, you're going to be the stage manager. That's a big part in this play. Tina, you're going to play Emily, and I'm going to play George. We're going to do a scene from the part of the play that takes place before George and Emily's wedding. I've already started learning my lines. What about you two?
I've already started working on my lines.
And I'm familiar with mine too. I think we're ready to read through the scene together.
Why don't we discuss what we're going to do about costumes and props first, and then we can run through the scene together.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
I think so too.
Number 7. When is the student's performance? Number 8. Which of these is not a character in the scene? Number 9. How familiar are the students with their lines? Number 10. What is stated about the scene? Number 11. What are the students going to discuss next?